Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as Bitcoin's currently correcting in the $63,000 range. We'll also be discussing breaking news. Hong Kong's largest online broker launches Bitcoin and Ether trading for 22 million users. That's right. We'll also be discussing the closing price for the month of July is officially at 64,600. Obviously, we're still correcting since that closing. We're also going to be discussing the U.S. Senator discussing Trump's Bitcoin plan and national BTC stockpile. That's right. As well as Senator Lummis introduces Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Bill into the Senate. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin's ultimate price could surpass 700,000 per coin based on 3% portfolio allocation, according to on-chain analysts Willy Woo. We'll also be discussing how Bitcoin can likely reach $2.9 million per coin, according to VanEck Analysts. I'll also be sharing the timeline. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. What it do, crypto fam? We're live and in the flesh, being a fire, representing. This is Bukele's new coffee brand. You know how we do. Show my man Bukele some support. What's good, fam? We're going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. Welcome to the podcast. We're just getting started. I am live right now on X, Rumble, and the Tube. So let's get it. Shout out JBZ. Shout out That Calloused Asian. Shout out Short Coin. Chandy 10 Music in the building. We're going to be premiering a brand new music video called Bitcoin. Stand By Me. New music video later during the Rumble family. Shout out Chandy 10 Music. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow her on X, Chandy R. Gregory. And let's get it. Shout out everyone just joining the stream. If you guys can repost this, it's always greatly appreciated. And it does help out tremendously. You'll notice the stream. I'm about to pin it to the top of my X profile. That way it's easy to find for the fam. So here we go. You'll notice it right there when you go to the top of my profile. If you can heart it and repost it, it's always greatly appreciated. And throughout the stream, I'll be reposting. Anyone who reposts the stream with a quote, that's the key. You got to do the repost option, then put a quote like "we live," "JV's live," "tune in," "#1 pod," whatever it is, and then I can repost that and we'll get a lot of eyeballs on the stream. So welcome everybody. Let's go. LT, Diana Jones, Greg, DJ Wednesday, Howard. Let's roll.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day. Maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Let's get it. Shout out JC Ice, baby. Shout out Ace. Shout out Brett and the rest of the fam. Let's go. We about to kick it off. Thank you, LT. JV is live with the crypto news for the world. And again, just keep the repost flowing. And throughout the entire stream, I'll be reposting everybody, shouting you guys out, and also make sure to follow you on X. So if you want JV to follow you, all I got to do is repost my stream. And I know as a X user, the more influencers you have following you, the better. And I think my account right now probably has 32 or 33,000 followers. So make sure to repost the stream. I'll be sure to follow you. So it's a win-win. So let's go. Welcome, everybody. What's popping? What's good? Bitcoin is correcting. We do have a live poll up in the chat. I want to know how low would the Bitcoin dip go? Will we maintain between 60 to 63? Will it be 58 to 59, 56, 57, or 55 or less? Do note there's a CME futures gap currently open in the 58,000 range. So there is a strong probability we could dip, another $5,000 to close that gap. But you never know. Bitcoin can just start pumping from here. So keep that in mind as well. But absolutely a great BTFD buying opportunity. So seize the moment and stack them biddies. What's good, Tony? What's good, Laser Chat? Good to see ya. Chance Bird. Moving or mowing, but listening. Right on. You're saying you're mowing the lawn. Right on. Welcome everyone on the stream. What's poppin'? What's good? What's new? Shout out to the Nippinator as well. Lots of news to share with you guys. We'll also be pulling up the live charts as we always do. 2 weekends to go. CME gap. There you go. 58,790. So 58,790 is the CME gap from a couple of weekends ago. What's crack-a-lackin' Baccarat? Welcome, Matthew. Run a node. Do your part, fam. It's easy to do and doesn't cost much, if anything. Good point, Matthew. If you want to become the Bitcoin network, you run your own node. You can verify your own transactions as well. Shout out DNA Noonan. What's poppin', broski? Buy the dip. Shout out Rob C. Good to see you, broski. Got to do it sometime. Right on. Right on. So yeah, yo, big ups, JV. Right back at you, big ups, Dub Proof. Was crack-a-lackin'. So yeah, there's some carnage in the market. Great buy the dip opportunity. 60 G's.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for fifth level 60 G's.
100%. So seize that moment and let's get it. Shout out Digital Dankness. Be your own bank. Music to my ears. You can download the Bitcoin Core for free. That's right, Matthew. That's right. You can buy yourself a Raspberry Pi and set up your own node. Verify your own transactions and become one with the Bitty. Hey, fam. Hope you're all well. Shout out OK Good. Shout out K Jammy Jam, the GOAT. Year of the Dragon. Shout out to my goats and dragons. Where you at? I see we have 200 people on the stream. Reminder to repost this over on X. I'll make sure to repost your repost of the quote. And also, I will shout you out. So, for example, Silver Spike, I greatly appreciate the repost, family. Just reposted you, bro. Shout out Sergio on the hat, Being a Fire. This is Bukele's brand new brand. This is the fitted. So they fit perfect. I have a smaller head, so the small medium fitted fits JV perfect. And if you want a hat like this, you can cop one over at bitcoincaps.net. Shout out to Sergio for the hookup. Shout out K-Jam. Appreciate the repost. Shout out Eric. Appreciate the repost. You guys are the bomb diggity. Shout out to Drain It. Best daily news updates, JV. Appreciate that, Drain It. Shout out Sergio, the one who hooked up the cap. Being a Fire. Just reposted your broski. Appreciate the support. You know how we do. Yeah, so order some coffee from Bukele's farm. No brainer. And get your caffeine fix with your boy. And with that being shared, let's kick it off with our market watches we do each and every day. So if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes and subscribe. Then hit the bell icon. Make sure you turn on all notifications. That way you get notified each and every day when JV goes live. Today is pod episode 1718. I'm your host, JV. It's August 1st, 2024. So happy first of the month. Get up, get up. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's the first of the month, and we stack in BTC. As we do, we have a pretty fantastic dip, a great buying opportunity to take advantage of with Bitcoin currently hovering above 63,400. Here's our market watch. You should be able to see Coin 360 on your screen. Bitcoin down roughly 3% on the day. Ether down 4%. Solana down 8%. And XRP down almost 8%. While Cardano and virtually every major crypto correcting and in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. We're currently sitting at a 2.27 trillion market cap, total crypto that is. Bitcoin is at $1.2 trillion. We have 85 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours, up about 30% on the day. Bitcoin dominance is currently 55.2%. Ether dominance is 16.6%. And let's see if there's any gainers. There's a handful, but not much. Helium's up 6%, Aave's up 1%, and Leo's up 1%. That's pretty much it. The rest of the market correcting and in the red. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily. Not looking pretty good. I'd say maybe 97% of the market bleeding, bloodshed in the red Rex City. And zooming out on the monthly, get a broader perspective. It don't look much better. Maybe 90% of the market correcting. And in the red, with a lot of those alts bleeding, aka Rex City, as you stack them bittays. And historical data shows the Crypto Greed and Fear Index currently a 52, neutral. Yesterday, 61 in greed, 68 last week, and last month a 51, which is neutral. So there you have it. my crypto fam. We had a monthly close for the month of July at 64,600 as per Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model. So that was the July official closing price. I was really, really hoping and optimistic we can close above 70 because we just virtually tapped 70 the other day, but then we had a very steep correction. But you already know, I mean, the more we consolidate post-halving, the more likely of a massive breakout, in my opinion. And that's what the market has shown us in the past. So let's see. I put up my hand on my hip. When I buy the dip, we dip. Volatility is the heartbeat of the market. That's right. I once heard the Giga Chad say that volatility is life force. So the more volatility, it just shows you the more life force for the biddy. Let's go. I seriously doubt any altcoins will do anything significant until the boss Bitcoin recovers. Typically how it works. It's a Slurpee day. I love me some Slurpees. I don't think I've had a Slurpee since I was a kid. Like those 7-Eleven Slurpees back in the day. Turn your mouth red or blue. You know the ones I'm talking about. BTFD. You nailed it, short coin. That's the word of the day. Buy the frickin' dip. Coke or Pepsi for sure. Diggity Poodah, precisely. Hit the likes, you bunch of degens. Shout out JBZ. What's poppin'? What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome to the stream. 60 G's. Let's buy it.
What do you think, JV?
By the biddy, who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty, not me. I'm for the bitty. I'm for the nippinator. I'm for Nipsey, not for the weirdo Kit Kat kitty cat. A kitty cat. I'm for stacking the sats.
Stack them sats. But yeah, let's dive into today's TA family. Here we go. Astrology for the broskies. Headline reads, Bitcoin ignores 100% Fed rate cut odds as the Bitcoin price taps 2-week lows. And as I shared earlier, as Plan B pointed out, the Bitcoin July closing price was 64,600. We got the monthly close just last night. So there you go. But yeah, yo. So Bitcoin stayed lower at the August 1st Wall Street Open as crypto shrugged off fresh central bank interest rate cuts. Here you're looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour chart. So data from TradingView showed Bitcoin price lacking momentum after dropping 2.5% the day prior. Downside persisted despite the U.S. Fed adopting a dovish tone at the latest meeting to decide on interest rate changes. In a press conference following the FOMC decision to leave the rates unchanged, Fed Chair Jay Powell hinted that a cut could come at the next meeting in September. And may I remind you, Jerome ain't your motherfucking Powell, and Pay ain't your motherfucking Powell, and Tommy ain't your motherfucking boy. Quoting him here. We have stated that we do not expect it'll be appropriate to reduce the target range for the federal funds rate until we have gained greater confidence that inflation is moving sustainably towards 2%. Oh, wow. They have inflation so under control. Thank you, Jay Powell, for saving the day. The second quarter's inflation readings have added to our confidence, and more good data would further strengthen that confidence. We will continue to make our decision meeting by meeting. Markets, meanwhile, had already priced in 100% odds of a September cut. Saw this ultimately being 0.25% per data from the CME Group's FedWatch tool. And while U.S. equities reacted well to the event, crypto showed little interest in following suit. Unfortunately, currently at local lows of roughly 63.3 at the time of this recording, the mental illness continues. Historically, liquidity sweeps fail if they've been endlessly front run, according to Crypto Chase. Quoting him again, I don't have a strong read here, but I think anywhere from the 61s to 59 is possible. Bids simply depend on how aggressive and confident you are. Except below 59, it's a bad look. And keep in mind, family, just under 59, there is an open CME futures gap at roughly 58,750. So there is a probability we drop below that. Now, fellow trader Crypto meanwhile, saw the potential for a short squeeze from the near current levels, noting the bulk of the liquidation levels lay above, not below the spot. He predicted that such an event could come before the weekend. The weekend's almost here. It's Thursday already. Good Lord. Now, zooming out, trading firm QCP said the inflows into the newly launched U.S. spot Ether ETFs could provide short-term narrative for a crypto market sentiment. Quoting them here, unfortunately, the rally in equities was not felt in crypto. Crypto experienced a broad sell-off overnight into into the morning. And also they shared that the market remains on edge as traders pay close attention to the daily ETH ETF outflows and further supply pressures from Mt. Gox as well as U.S. government. QCP saw the ongoing posturing by U.S. presidential candidates playing a key role for crypto moving forward, quoting them again, longer-term discussions among U.S. presidential candidates and senators regarding a sovereign Bitcoin reserve and the potential for other nations to follow suit could fundamentally alter the crypto landscape if continued. The establishment of a U.S. or sovereign put on Bitcoin prices may have significant implications, potentially making accumulation on dips a strategic investment approach. So there you have it, yo. And now for some live chartage action brought to you by TradingView via Coinbase. As you can see, live and in the flesh, we have Bitcoin hovering just above $63,400. This is the 1 hour chart. We do have a target all the way sitting at $54,500. And zooming out, let's check out the 4 hour chart. Here you go. You can see we had that big red candle, unfortunately, but we have corrected. I mean, gained a little momentum since then, but we're still in the 63 range. So let's see. We also have a target sitting all the way down at 54,300 on this 4 hour chart. And zooming out a little more, let's check out the 1 day. As you can see here, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive red candles for the past 4 days since the week started. Unfortunately, we had a nice little weekend pumpage. That's when we thought we were recapturing 70, but this week has been pretty bloody, to say the least. So there's the daily chart, and we also have a target on the daily sitting at $47,700. And zooming out a little more, we'll check out the 1 week, which should still be intact as the bullish chart here. We still have the bullish flag formation. We still have a target, which is a cup and handle sitting just shy of 126,000. So still bullish overall on the weekly, even though we have that big red candle forming. And beyond that, let's just zoom out for the 1 month chart, as you can see on your screen. And it looks like we had an itty bitty green close, at 64.5, wherever that monthly close was. But I was really anticipating to regain all that bullish momentum moving into August, but we shall soon see. Maybe a little longer of consolidations. But there you have it. My crypto fam, let me know where you feel we'll likely strike for the month of August as far as price action is concerned. How low do you think we'll go? Don't forget there's a live poll. Please let me know. And how high do you think we'll bounce? Come on, bounce. As a result, after we hit the low. Dankness says most run-ups are seen in the monthly chart. September is when it should start. The all-time high climb. Get ready. That's a month away. 1 month out. Roger out. ETFs look to have ran out of the steam. My little $200 a week isn't going to budge the price. But if each and every one of you can do $200 a week, maybe we can budge the price. You never know, family. You never know. So yeah, when Lambo? Asks Amer Masari. That's a good question. When Rari? When is the time? Happy 420. I see we got 420 people already on the stream. Great chance to stack those bitties.
Stack the sats, ain't no thing, baby. It's a chance to stack those sats, chance to stack those bitties. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin. I got my mind on my Bitcoin, and my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's, a buying opportunity. And on, Bitcoin.
Let's get it. Morning fam, listening while I pluck seeds from a new autoflower strain I cross. That's what's up. Enjoy yourself there. Facts. 58 predicts Hillbilly Will, then a close above 80. 80 would take us to new all-time high. Current price discovery mode is 73.8, which means new all-time high. You know it's a coming. Shout out Dirty. Shout out the rest of the fam, stat-wise. Flambo, Rari, gets it. What up, peeps? What's poppin'? Let's go. You already know, and we are going to be premiering a brand new music video by Chandy called Bitcoin Stand By Me. New song and video, never shared before. We will be premiering it during the Rumble session of the stream when we are at a peak with thousands of people on here. So please do repost this, spread the word, let's go. And make sure to subscribe to Chandy's channel, Chandy10 Music, already 86,000 subs. And make sure to follow her over on X Chandy R. Gregory. And don't forget to cop some Bean of Fire from Bukele. Send me some seeds, says The Proof. Yo, yo, what it do, dirty yo? What's poppin', what's good, what's new?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 Sats Commandments. Came into this game and it made me an animal.
There's rules to this ish. I wrote me a manual, a step-by-step booklet for you to get. How you doing? Nacho Keys, Nacho Cheese. Tell them, better late than never. They not like us. What do we call people at store? Value and fiat. We call them... You guys tell me. What do we call those folks?
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
Nipsey looks like he had a rough night. Well, you know what it is? We just went on a long walk and got caught in the pouring rain and we got drenched. So he's chilling now under the blanket, probably still a little wet. Ripped my phone, my USB flash drive with Chandy 10 music. Nice. Chandy for the win.
People that use fiat.
What do we call them, folks?
Currency as a store of value.
All right, Michael, get to the point, Mr. Sailor. Bitcoin the Sailor, man. Toot toot.
We call them poor.
That's right.
We call them poor.
That's right. Repost the stream. Thank you, Streamlabs. Let's go. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. Buy sats now for the orange party night later. It's orange panty night. Back at your home with your wife. When you stack sats at 63,000, it's a celebration.
It's red panty night when you sanctify me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
But anyways, yo, next story of the day. We got a lot to share here, so let's keep it moving. Big news coming out of Hong Kong. Headline reads, Hong Kong's largest online broker launches Bitcoin and Ether trading for 22 million users. That's right, 22 new million users, fam. Hong Kong's largest online brokerage, Futu Securities International, launched crypto trading for the 22 million customers. Futu Securities launched the Bitcoin and Ether trading for Hong Kong-based users of its platform, so shout out Hong Kong. This makes Futu Securities the first online brokerage to directly offer crypto to Hong Kong-based retail investors, according to a report by the South China Morning Post. The platform debuted for trading July 23rd, so last week, showcasing the growing investor interest. Bitcoin's open interest hit a record high of almost 40 billion on July 29th, increasing expectations of an imminent price breakout. Also, I must share, roughly 10 hours ago, the Bitcoin hash rate hit yet another all-time high. So don't be deceived by the short-term fiat price action, family. We're heading to the moon. The debut of the first spot Ether ETFs in the U.S. has bolstered institutional interest in crypto and crypto-based financial instruments. Notably, asset management giant Franklin Templeton had partnered with SBI Holdings to establish a crypto ETF management company in Japan. As reported by Cointelegraph, the joint venture aims to offer a new generation of investors easier access to crypto-based trading products. Moreover, the joint venture, JV, I love the word joint venture, it's a JV, could also launch a Japan-based crypto ETF once the regulatory framework permits, according to a Franklin Templeton spokesperson who shared the following. It is expected that the joint venture will provide a diversified range of investment solutions, including Franklin Templeton's existing ETFs, as regulations on digital assets and cryptos continue to evolve in Japan. The new JV will launch related products subject to regulatory approval. Just note, family, there's only one original JV. I digress. Further showcasing the growing institutional interest, Bitflyer Holdings has acquired FTX Japan, planning to potentially launch crypto ETFs for the Japanese investors. Let's go. And based on the regulatory decisions of the past few years, Hong Kong is aiming to become the global hub for crypto and blockchain innovation. Earlier in July, Hong Kong unveiled its new stablecoin licensing regime, which generated general support from respondents after 2-month public consultation period that ended in February. Now, Eddie Yu, the CEO of HKMA, expressed appreciation for the feedback received and emphasized the strong support for the proposed regulatory regime, which is expected to promote a sustainable and responsible stablecoin ecosystem in Hong Kong. Quoting him here, "We believe that a well-regulated environment is conducive to the sustainable and responsible development of the stablecoin ecosystem in Hong Kong. However, Hong Kong has been facing challenges in becoming a global crypto hub, including an exodus from popular crypto firms. In fact, on July 18th, the HKX crypto exchange was the latest to join a growing list of exchanges that have withdrawn their license applications from the Hong Kong regulator. And as of July 22nd, a total of 13 crypto exchanges or trading platforms have withdrawn their license applications in Hong Kong, with one having its application returned for undisclosed reasons, which is always interesting, but this is pretty big news as 22 million new investors in Hong Kong now have access to Bitcoin and Ethereum trading. So let's freaking go. So there you have it, yo. Welcome, everybody. Did you have your coffee today? I wish I did, but to keep it transparent, I haven't. I didn't get to leave the house. I don't have coffee at the house, so I have to go out to get my coffee. And but I am repping the Bukele Bean of Fire coffee brand. I plan on buying a package of coffee, and I'm going to have to get, I guess, myself a coffee maker so I can drink Bukele's coffee, because now I'm intrigued. And I'm also going to order some Bean of Fire coffee for my mom over in Florida, so that's on the agenda. Representing. Doesn't sound much faster, Diana Jones. Maybe just a little, though. Yeah, definitely not faster at all. My typical routine is I sleep and take a nap before the stream. I wake up and then I walk Nipsey, feed him, and then I do the stream. My walk wakes me up, but I'm typically napping right before the stream. And I set my alarm to make sure I wake up. So it's like if I go live at 4 o'clock, I usually set my alarm clock for 3:30. Gives me 30 minutes to walk the nip, feed the nip, and then hop on here and not look like I just woke up. Now you know my secret. Futu, better spell that right. Futu, F-U-T-U. I can tell JV is sober. I like sober JV. Thank you, Chandy. So is sober also meaning non-caffeinated? Apparently. Because if I drink coffee, I will increase my speed probably 1.5x, I'm assuming. However, I like the challenge of speaking faster, but I know not to. I can speak a lot faster without the coffee as well. As a challenge, maybe I'll do that in the next story, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Not AMP JV. Well, there's so many versions of the JV, it's crazy. So many versions of the joint venture, the JV. It's wild. But yeah, there's caffeinated JV. There's a cannabisinated JV. There's champagne-aided JV. And yes, I'm making all these words up on the spot. And then there's pink lemonada JV from the Spindrift. I guess I'm a pink lemonada JV today. What's good? GOMS says, hey, baby. Yes, you on coffee right before the stream is like some people on drugs. Well, apparently caffeine is a drug. It's a hell of a drug. It's a good drug. What up, JV? We need to slow the playback speed to keep up with you. Well, not today. That's usually when I'm on caffeine, right? If I drink a cup of coffee before the stream. I'm intrigued now. I want a cup of coffee because I'm wearing the Bean of Fire hat. I think tomorrow I may go cop a big cup of coffee before the stream. For kicks and giggles. It's breaking my heart to see Bitcoin falling. Why is it breaking your heart? Celebrate the fall. Celebrate the fall. Stack the biddies. In fact.
But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that sell on the dip crowd, sell on the dip crowd, dip sell, dope sell, no sell, no Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout.
And shout out Satwise Janks, my homie, my broski. I appreciate the reposts. You guys don't realize how much it genuinely helps the stream when you guys repost it. So thank you, family. Just reposted it. He put, don't miss this live show if you can help it. Quite a fam and live chat comprising years of daily Bitcoin news. Excellence. Greatly appreciate that. Shout out the one and only Short Coin as well. You know, Eric, Humberto, Genius Cartel. I appreciate all of you guys. So thank you, family. You guys are amazing. Buy the dip. Exactly. Dankness.
Bitcoin. Roger out, Roger out.
Now, I've never had multiple cups of coffee. I've heard Andrew Tate rant, and he's like, I drink 20 cups of coffee a day. And my mind was like, what the 20? I couldn't even imagine myself on 2 cups of coffee. 1 is enough. But there's levels to this ish, fam. If the video is stuck, all you got to do is refresh, Zach. That's a glitch within the YouTube platform. I'm assuming you're watching on YouTube, considering you're commenting. And FYI, for the 600 people on the stream right now, I encourage you to visit the YouTube channel. For the direct link, it's cryptonewsalerts.net. That way you guys can actually interact in the chat and comment. Because first and foremost, this is a live and interactive show, family. So I appreciate that. The lower Bitcoin coils, the higher the spring jump, 100% JBZ. I'm glad you understand that. My 17-year-old son just became a Satoshi millionaire today. Congratulations to Brian's son. New Satoshi millionaire minted during the dip. Get or did. Let's go. I always repost right at the beginning. It's like a habit now. Much respect, JC. I always see that. You're usually the very first person to do so. And even after the stream ends, you're the very first person to do so with a recap of how many people we had on. And as a reminder to tune in for the next episode. I wonder how many are into Bitcoin for the long haul. So the price at the movement to buy the dip. I would assume the majority of my viewers are long-term hodlers, diamond hands, laser eyes. Let me know if that's accurate, fam. Yeah, we destroy the matrix by stacking the biddies. F the matrix. This ain't no dip. This is just Bitcoin to celebrate. This is likely the last big move down before the bigger break up. Amen, Tony. I'm glad you get it. You guys are smart. I do the Cubano coffee like 3 to 5 times until 6 p.m. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I can drink 1 cup of coffee at 10 a.m. and I'll still feel the caffeine in the evening. So I don't know how you guys do it. But again, there's levels to this ish. Apparently, I need to step up my game. I'm going to start by ordering some Bean of Fire, Bukele's new coffee brand. And if you'd like a fitted hat like this, whether it's a Bean of Fire hat, Bukele hat, El Salvador hat, I encourage you to visit cryptocaps.net. My boy Sergio will hook it up. This is the fitted cap. Fits me perfect. The best fitted cap I've wore since I was a teenager. No cap. Pun intended, no pun intended, no cap. But yeah, pretty lit. And this is the small medium. If you have a big head, you get the large. You big head mofos out there. Stack 100,000 sats, repeat, and you can be a Satoshi millionaire before you know it. Amen. What's the cost right now? How many Satoshis can you get for $1? Can someone break it down? What's the cost in fiat terms in US dollars today at this price to become a Satoshi millionaire like my homie's son right here? Let me know. Go into the 40s, zip to the 120s, zip, zip, zip. I've seen it dip 80% in the past. That ain't nothing. It's a hiccup in the grand scheme of things. Agreed. Well said, JC. Shout out to all our OGs. They've been here before. This ain't our first time on a dip. But yeah, here's the latest with the Trump pump BTC. Headline here reads, U.S. Senator discusses Trump's Bitcoin plan and national BTC stockpile. That's right. U.S. Senator Bill Hagerty, a member of the Senate Banking and Foreign Relation Committees, discussed former U.S. President Trump Bitcoin promises, including the potential national Bitcoin stockpile plan, during a Monday interview with Fox Business. Quoting him here from the interview. President Trump announced a very clear plan. He said, "We've got a great deal of the Bitcoin already in the coffers of the United States. This is Bitcoin that has been confiscated, etc. He is going to hold on to that." The senator added he did not announce a broader program to begin to acquire Bitcoin, but what he talked about was retaining that as our coffers and not selling it, and making that a benchmark that really gives credibility to the Bitcoin currency. And elaborating on Trump's broader vision of the crypto, Hagerty emphasized an end to the current administrator's adversarial stance towards crypto. He explained that Trump opposes a CBDC, central bank digital currency, which he views as a tool for financial control akin to China's digital yuan. Hagerty noted that the former president supports the decentralized nature of cryptos and advocates for self-custody, aiming to foster innovation domestically rather than driving it offshore, as was the case with semiconductors. Moreover, Haggerty highlighted the alignment of Republican principles with the values of the crypto community, such as liberty, freedom, prosperity, and innovation. He believes this connection is attracting new voters and supporters to the Republican Party, with Trump at the forefront. And regarding the potential benefits of a national Bitcoin stockpile, he stated, I think there are a number of legislative proposals about what might happen beyond what President Trump announced. I think what that does is establish a level of credibility for the currency. It shows that this is something that we are going to be supporting as a nation moving forward. I am most interested in the productivity and innovation that will come with it as well. So there you have it, family. Let me know your thoughts on what the senator had to share in response to Trump's speech on crypto, which was just given a few days ago at the Bitcoin conference. Actually, it was on Saturday, right? Less than a week ago. Let me know, family. Trump made some bold announcements. RFK Jr. made some bold announcements with some executive orders that he would sign day one. Some of Trump's plans. He said he promised to fire chairman of the SEC, Mr. Gary Gensler, on day one. In fact, he got such a good response from the crowd, he had to repeat himself and say it twice and double down. I will fire Gary Gensler, chairman of the SEC, day one. You're fired, Gary. He also says he'll stockpile the Bitty, which is a beautiful thing, and that they're looking to make America the home for Bitcoin mining, which is another beautiful promise as well. You know, RFK made some very bold promises, including purchasing 550 Bitcoin per day every day into the United States as a stockpile or strategic reserve of 4 million Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Cynthia Lummis said some very bullish things as well, which we'll be diving into here soon. So let me know some of your thoughts, family. Bitcoin does not care about the TA expert, Wall Street, you or me. Bitcoin's on its own path. By the way, since inception, 15 years, it's only up 500 million%. Good reminder there, Greg. Appreciate it. That calloused Asian 80 G's on the way, baby. Emmer says, told you guys, Bitcoin 73 by tomorrow. Pump it up. Bitcoin pumping. After that, 62.2 support line touch. Martin Luther King had a dream. Satoshi had a dream. Bukele had a bean, a fire. I think Gary is on his way out soon. I think it appears to be that way. We are all Satoshi, sticker on my hard hat. I dig it. We are all Satoshi. 0.01 Bitty is 1 million sats. That is roughly $634. Thank you, Dankness. So if anyone wants to declare themselves a Satoshi millionaire for yourself, your family, your friends, your loved ones, go ahead and smash by $634 worth of the Bitty right now, and I will celebrate you live on stream. It's a no-brainer. Let's get her done. Satoshi is a prophet who channeled our creator's gift to destroy the banksters. Amen. Bitcoin is God hacking humanity. I love that. Shout out Satwise, and let's go. We're back above 64 G's, baby. A buying opportunity.
We've been climbing, aim for $1 million climaxing, never stopping. Bitcoin is rising. We already hit 67K, and now we're aim up, at that 69 speed G spot, rocket taking off. Everybody knows it's the magic spot. Watch how it goes when we hit the 69.
And just shout out to everyone who reposted. I appreciate it. You can see the live stream right now. It's pinned at the top of my X profile. We already got 20 likes and 16 reposts. So thank you, family. And again, anyone who reposted with a quote, I can click on that. And then I can see the quote, the repost. And as you can see, as I promised, I will repost each and every one of you. I'll shout you out and also make sure to follow you on X. So thank you, everyone from Chandy. Caught yours a little late there. Best podcaster with the best Bitcoin pod live now. Just reposted, family. And again, shout out LT, JC, K Jammy Jam, Drain It, Eric for multiple reposts, and as well as Satwise and the rest of the fam, Sergio. We appreciate you, family. BLX Weekly, Bitcoin Liquid Index, the oldest of the Bitcoin charts. Bitcoin on average goes up 2 fib levels post-halving. The 1.114 equals 400,000. The 1.236 equals 3 milli. Do your own TA, eh? The astrology for the broski, eh? Thanks, JV, sending him the clip of your shout out. You're very welcome, Brian. Feel free to chop that up, save it so he always has it. Kraken for the lowest fees, and don't forget to cold store your own BitHaze. Sailor just bought 169 more BitTees, waiting to buy 2 billion more. Shout out to the Giga Chad. Stacking them sats, leading by example, respect. Bitcoin is human energy. It is a novel form that conserves the entropy and hence the quality. Does the not appreciate? Marathon is crashing, Marathon Digital, that is. Shout out to all the Satoshi millionaires, all the Bitcoin millionaires. Where you at? Just got the notification that my Ledger Stacks is finally in the mail. Congratulations, facts on the Ledger Stacks as we stack that BTC. But anyways, family, next story of the day, let's discuss this Bitcoin bill from Senator Lummis, eh? Senator Lummis introduces Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Bill for the Senate. That's right. Cynthia Lummis officially introduced the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Bill on July 31st that would direct the United States government to start a reserve fund for the scarce, decentralized asset. More specifically, the bill would establish a decentralized network of secure Bitcoin vaults under the control of the United States Treasury. The bill also directs lawmakers and bureaucrats to enact strict cybersecurity parameters and other physical security measures to ensure that the Bitcoin funds are not stolen. The bill also laid out a goal of accumulating 1 million Bitcoin over time, or roughly 5% of the Bitcoin total supply, using existing U.S. Treasury funds to acquire the Bitcoin in amounts that mirror the U.S. Treasury's gold allocation. And in conjunction with the introduction of the bill, the Wyoming senator also released a statement about the historical proposal, quoting her here, as families across Wyoming struggle to keep up with the soaring inflation rates and our national debt reaches new and unprecedented heights. I believe we just surpassed 35 trillion, family. It is time for the U.S. to take bold steps to create a brighter future for generations to come by creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now, who was the first one to notify you guys that there was a rumor that there may be some big announcements at the Bitcoin Nashville event surrounding the United States of America stockpiling or putting Bitcoin in a treasury? It was Max Kaiser. And who was the first podcaster to cover that story? It was JV. And lo and behold, we had two political candidates, Trump and RFK Jr., make these promises, ultimately stockpiling Bitcoin for the United States of America. So it's a beautiful thing. Pretty slick. Now, anyways, Lummis's bill also reaffirmed the right to self-custody in the United States. It seeks to protect this right, which has come under fire from certain U.S. lawmakers. Now, if you are one of the lawmakers that proposed this bill, F you. We don't want you. You know what I mean? Go hit the road, Jack. Senator Lummis's ambitious plan to acquire 5% of the Bitcoin supply has hinted at the echoed by politicians like RFK Jr., who gave very bold predictions. He said day one, his executive order would be to purchase up 550 Bitcoin per day till they had 4 million in their possession. However, shortly after Trump promised not to sell any of the U.S. Bitcoin holdings, the government transferred almost 30,000 bitties valued at roughly $2 billion to an unmarked wallet address, prompting Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz to characterize the moves as tone deaf. Now, that can't be a coincidence. Trump made the big announcement on stage. RFK made a big announcement. 2 days later, U.S. government moves $2 billion worth of the bitty. Are they trying to sell it so that these potential presidents can't stockpile the bitty? More than likely, family. Now, still others have hope that the current inflationary woes plaguing the U.S. dollar through the government's $35 trillion national debt will drive the case for a return to hard assets like Bitcoin, the hardest asset, the only currency that's unwittable and unconfiscatable. Now, Matt Bell, the CEO of TurboFish, believes that this is the case, and in a recent statement argued that the sustainability of the fiat currencies is causing growing concerns amongst the global population. So there you go, yo. Let me know your thoughts surrounding that bill for the U.S. to acquire 1 million Bitcoin, maybe as much as 4 million, as per RFK Jr.'s promise. Now, there is a little bit of a conflict you got to keep in mind. The Federal Reserve that prints the money, it's the central banking cartels that control the United States government. Bitcoin is their Achilles heel. They don't like Bitcoin. They don't like a strong Bitcoin price. More than likely, we have Senator Warren, Gary Gensler, Biden, Harris, and their whole party anti-Bitcoin because they're working for the central banking cartel behind the scenes that is really pulling the strings. Do you understand that? A strong Bitcoin undermines the US dollar. And if the US government, hypothetically speaking, stockpile 4 million Bitcoin on their balance sheet, it would create game theory throughout the world with nation state adoption, sovereign wealth adoption. It's what we want, clearly, but more than likely, the central banking cartel that runs the world is not going to allow that. You got to keep that in mind. Why is that? Because, again, it undermines the dollar. It means all the people would dump their USD, including countries and sovereign wealth funds. And then they would just go long on Bitcoin. And before you know it, the dollar would implode. Bitcoin would go to the moon, which would be their worst nightmare. So you have to have that in the back of your mind. Granted, the politicians need your vote. 50 million Bitcoiners in the United States, population maybe 350 million. That's a big chunk. So they want your vote. So they're going to give you promises you want to hear, but they may not be able to fulfill those promises considering the Federal Reserve runs the world. It prints the dollars. Do you guys understand that? Let me know your thoughts. I like seeing DXY in the 10-year yield lately. Good sign for the imminent Bitcoin bull market. Did you know Hal Finney designed video games for Atari? No freaking way. Hal Finney is a legend. Rest in peace to that legend. Barking dog, screaming bird. Lord help me. Risk on. Never had any issues with the Kraken, not once. Had to verify, re-verify the ID. Word up. They act like they'll get 4 million Bitcoin. That's roughly 25% of the non-lost BTC. I am not selling. So how are you going to get that much? Good point, facts. The summary of the oscillators and the moving averages is in sell. But with the RSI and the MACD, the stochastic and overbought, it'll be moving to buy soon. Thank you, JC. Anyone realize the Bitcoin pumping now as we speak? Yeah, because JV is live and everyone's smash buying and becoming a Satoshi millionaire as we speak. Bitcoin's on the dip. Take advantage of it. Road to 65 Gs, baby. They'll force the smaller countries as Argentina to use the U.S. stablecoins. Bitcoin does not need politics, correct? Politics need the Bitcoin. They need your vote. Hence why game theory is playing out with the presidential candidates. I don't think they realize they can't just push a button to print 4 million Bitcoin out of air. Well, it would have to be acquired over the years, apparently, right? Or they can just steal it from bad actors, which is what they have been doing. I think they have like 12 billion in Bitcoin right now. I like Coinbase, but I need to find a better option than the Coinbase. I see Trump as a propellant for the U.S. stablecoins, and he admitted it at the conference. I heart buying on the dips. Pump watch. We may have a little pump watch in action here, man.
Okay, we will continue to grow. Let it flow, 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 flow. Magic cosmic fire. The rocket is fueled up. Prepare for flight.
Only 5,000 away from 69 Gs, baby. Now, Larry, go get your frickin' shine box. Quoting the great Max Kaiser to Larry Fink. Yes, we got the front run BlackRock and Wall Street and the U.S. government. It's a beautiful thing. So congratulations all my Bitcoin hodlers out there holding it down. But anyways, family, we discussed the bill. Now let's discuss the 700,000 target according to on-chain analyst Willy Woo. And then we'll dive into VanEck's very bullish sentiment, projecting Bitcoin to hit 2.9 million per coin. I'll be sharing their timeline and why they believe this is going to happen. And then we'll dive into our live Q&A as we continue to pump it up. So yeah, Bitcoin's ultimate price could surpass 700,000 per coin based on a 3% portfolio allocation. That's right, yo. The Bitcoin price could ultimately reach up to 700,000 per BTC, provided financial institutions continue bolstering the adoption curve of the world's first crypto. Bitcoin could reach an ultimate price of over 700,000 based on an assumed 3% portfolio allocation, according to popular crypto analysts Willy Woo. In fact, let me read you his tweet from 14 hours ago. It got a lot of love, I believe already almost 300,000 views. So yeah, here we go. Nobody knows what the ultimate price of Bitcoin will be, but simple math can give us an upper bound. All wealth assets is 500 trillion. So if Bitcoin captured all of this, never going to happen, it's 24 million per coin. Today's value before the future inflation adjustment. So the question is, what will be the realistic allocation for everyone? Wealth management is very predictable, and money flows in a conservative manner according to known wisdom. Bitcoin, even in this early phase of asset class, Fidelity recommends 1 to 3% allocation, while we have seen numbers as high as 85% from BlackRock. That's right. They suggest 84.9% Bitcoin allocation in a portfolio. We have covered that multiple times here on the pod. So you run the math on that one, family. It's wild. But anyways, if we assume 3% as a sensible allocation, and I note that was the number we used to share back in 2014, the lower bound of valuation is 700,000 per biddy. And again, that's based off 3% allocation from the major asset managers. So price target range, 700,000 lower bound, 24 million max bound. And that's in today's inflation adjusted numbers. Let me know if you agree, disagree with Willy Woo. He also added, so now everyone is asking when. This is also a well-known phenomena via the adoption S-curve. 16% is early majority, 50% late majority. Wealth management is somewhere in this sector. So figure out when Bitcoin adoption enters 16 to 50%. World adoption based on the yellow line. I mean, we're just getting started, family, so you already know. He also wrote, once the price produces a market cap exceeding all the fiat in the world, you won't be interested in the ultimate price. That's a fiat mindset based on current realities. After this inflection point, you'll only be looking for investments that can beat BTC. For starters, these are companies that store their profits in BTC. Michael Saylor was the first publicly traded CEO to figure this out. But a lot more are coming. So very powerful words here coming from Willy Woo. So Bitcoin's growing price is attracting, as you know, more institutional investors with large amounts of capital, which could significantly contribute to the price appreciation. The Bitcoin price can be on track to reach a new all-time high by September next month based on historical chart patterns. So there you go, yo. And I shared with you already the S-curve and all that with the charts. Shout out Willy Woo, the on-chain analyst, and let me know if you agree or disagree. 700 G's is destiny, and that's the lower end of the spectrum. Again, the higher end would be 24 million per coin. Bitcoin will reach 90,000 by December. Mark my words. I hope you're right, Emmer. In fact, I think we get 100,000 by December. What are your thoughts? Anyone else think Wyoming will become the most friendly Bitcoin crypto state? Very strong possibility there, craw craw. Anyone here from Wyoming? Let me know. Rick James, I'm rich. Trust me. Let's get it. Web Banana, eh? Subscribe to the #1 Bitcoin music channel. Thanks for the reminder, Streamlabs. That's Chandy 10 Music. Link in the chat. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang, Olympic torch flaming. We burn so sweet, the thrill of victory, agony defeat. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. Ric Flair says, hey, we're going back into the green. Whoa, we're back in the green just like that. That's alchemic. Thank you, Dankness. 64.6, looks like 65 incoming. Bottom is in. 63, the new low. What are your thoughts, family? 65.5 on crypto.com. 65's the incoming. They not like us. 225 end of the year. Can I get a 500? Can I get a 750 going once, going twice? Sold to JC Ice baby. Shout out Mateus. I appreciate the gift, family. Just gifted a membership here. Phil C., you have been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel on behalf of Mateus. So thank you, and shout out to the Huddle Gang members, MicroStrategy members, Grayscale members, Satoshi members. We do have memberships activated on the channel. So if you want to support us, you can do so for like as little as less than 10 cents a day, as it ends up being $2.97 a month to become a Huddle Gang member, family. Megan Thee Stallion versus Kid Rock. I'm voting Kid Rock. Did you guys see in the Olympics, unfortunately, they had this Italian woman face a man, biological man, and she quit after getting hit really hard in the face because I think she feared for her own life, in which she shouldn't be fighting a biological man. And then Jake Paul was kind enough to offer her a spot on his card coming up. But what a it's just sad. What in the world are we thinking? Why are women competing against men in the Olympics? Why? Because the Olympics is satanic. That's why. And also because the Olympics, I'll digress. We're on YouTube. Later, I'll share some more thoughts about what I feel, my real thoughts on the Olympics and why we shouldn't support them. But I digress for the moment. Pump, baby, pump. We all want to be rich. So pump it up, eh?
pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up.
Woke nonsense. You can say that again. It's just sad. I feel really bad for the women athletes that have to compete against men. It makes no sense whatsoever. No sense. Well, you know what it does? It encourages more men to pretend they're women to beat women at sports. So what good is coming out of that? It's sad. But yeah, again, I don't supposed to be talking about it on the YouTube, but yeah, it's all satanic. 100%. Satan isn't real. Whatever you guys believe. I wrote my opinion on XJV. Good for you, JC. They want to be inclusive is the lie. They want a weak society dependent upon the government. Home Depot pulled their Olympics endorsement. Good for Home Depot. Hopefully the rest of the sponsors do the same. Religious nonsense. Archetypes. It's not right. They not like us. JV, we need the orange hat. Well, we're pumping with the Bean of Fire. I got volcano energy today, fam. Shout out Bukele. Bean of Fire is the new coffee brand from Nayib Bukele. Support Bukele. You can check it out. I'm sure you can just search Google Bean of Fire and you can order yourself some if you like the volcano energy. Well, good morning, fam. Just arrived. I like the hat. Oh, welcome. I farted. I do not understand the transform the man. How can it beat the women? Flying spaghetti monster. Mom spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking. How? Shout out Eminem. 5 minutes for 65. We're so close. We're back in the green. Make some noise for that. And be sure to repost the stream. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day, discuss major asset manager VanEck projecting the Bitcoin price reaching 2.9 million per bitty. I just shared with you a very humble prediction from on-chain analyst Willy Woo, projecting a worst case scenario of 700,000, best case scenario being 24 million. The bullishness. Shout out Charlene. News to use. The wise use wisely. I appreciate the reposts, Charlene. Thank you, family. Rebound Bitcoin to the repost, and I got the other one as well. I just reposted as well, Charlene. So thank you, and this goes for anyone on X. If you want me to follow you, just make sure to repost the stream. Do it with a quote. That way I can repost it, and then I'll follow you, and I'll also shout you out. And thanks for everyone. You can find it at the top of my feed right now. I always pin it at the top, so it's easy access. So yeah, this is what I wrote earlier. I put the Satanic Olympics 2024 as a disgrace to all women, God, and humanity. This is what a fiat standard gives us. And it's a clip of the Italian woman getting hit really hard in the face by the man and her just shaking her head and giving up and throwing in the towel, which is very sad. And then I watched her speech after. She was in tears. Her father passed away. Her father told her to never quit, and she's forced to quit because she's fighting a biological man who has the capability of seriously harming or killing her, which is just no words, family, no words. But yeah, no words. Why did my last 3 posts not show, JV? Just note, it is political season. There's high censorship on any Google-owned platform, and that includes YouTube. That's not me censoring you. It's the forces of evil. So sorry about that. And shout out to the Nipinator. I think that's the indicator we've been seeking. Nipsey says bye. Become a Satoshi millionaire today is what he said. Divided, we are easily manipulated. Let's unite under the biddies. Amen. I think the best name for the racehorse ever is Hoof-Hearted. That is hilarious. 65,000 income. Now I got the hiccups. Let's see if I could get rid of them. But anyways, fam, yeah. Now for our feature story of the day. Here's how Bitcoin reaches 2.9 million per coin, according to major asset management giant VanEck. That's right, family. Major, massive bullish prediction coming from VanEck here. Analysts at the investment management giant VanEck think the Bitcoin price can skyrocket to 2.9 million per coin. But here's the kicker: by 2050. So we got quite a while before that. Just FYI. But for that to happen, Bitcoin will need to become a key part of the international monetary system. According to Matthew Siegel, VanEck, head of digital asset research, and Patrick Bush, senior investment analyst at the firm, quoting him here. We expect Bitcoin to be widely used in international trade, becoming a significant medium of exchange and a valuable store of wealth. This leads to Gresham's law-like feedback loop. As Bitcoin becomes more useful and valuable, central banks and long-term investors will want to hold more Bitcoin, reducing the amount available in the floating supply. Siegel and Bush say it is conceivable that Bitcoin could be used to settle 10% of the globe's international trade and 5% of the world's domestic trade by 2050. Quoting them again, this scenario would result in central banks holding 2.5% of their assets in Bitcoin. Using assumptions about global growth, investor Bitcoin demand, and Bitcoin's turnover, we apply a velocity of money equation to suggest a potential price of $2.9 million per Bitcoin, translating to a total market cap of $61 trillion. Now, the velocity of money measures the rate money is used to buy the goods and services in an economy. So there you have it. VanEck, major asset management giant, 2.9 million by the year 2050. Personally, in 2050, Bitcoin could be $2 billion. Who knows? I'm just going to say it. We've already had Jurrien Timmer of Fidelity come out, and he's the head of macro at Fidelity, projecting Bitcoin could hit $1 billion per coin. Why 1 billion? Hyperinflation. It's a possibility. Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom. Realistically, will the US dollar still be in existence in 20-something years? Probably not. Very low probability on that. So if the dollar is no longer here and it gets replaced with, hypothetically speaking, a CBDC, which our leaders promise us will never happen, then anything is possible. Bitcoin, if the world is hyperinflated and a loaf of bread costs $10,000, who knows? Maybe Bitcoin will be hundreds of millions of dollars one day. You know what I mean? Now, at today's inflation and current, situation, 2.5 million Bitcoin, I can see that realistically happening within a couple of more cycles. I think this particular cycle, we peak out somewhere between 222,000 and 750 being my bull scenario, 222 being my bear scenario. Then I think the following halving in 2028 will spark the next epoch for Bitcoin to hit 7 figures. So hypothetically speaking, let's just run with my conservative projection for this cycle at 250,000. Well, then I think next year we have the potential to 4x to $1 million per coin. And then the following halving, 2032, very realistic, multiple 7 figures. So I would throw a timestamp on that of by 3033, I can see a $2.9 million Bitcoin very realistically. I don't think it has to take until 2050, but there you have it. That's my personal projection of where we're likely to go from this particular halving of where we're at to the following epoch. And the following epoch, 2.9 million. It's inevitable, in my humble opinion. Bitcoin will continue to do what it does best. I mean, for Christ's sake, we're up over 64 million% since its inception, 15 years ago, since the Genesis block of January 3rd, 2009. Bitcoin's on a 15-year trajectory of bullishness. If you look at the bigger picture, I'm a big picture type of guy. I'm always thinking about future halving cycles where Bitcoin will likely to be. I can care less about the short-term price action. We just do it because it's fun, right? It's just fun to watch. But nonetheless, focus your eyes on the prize, cycles down the road, and become yourself a Bitcoin hodler for at least 10 years. Have at least a 10-year hodl strategy. That would be my advice to each and every one of you. Not financial investment advice, but just savings advice, just common sense. Treat your Bitcoin as a savings. Do not save in fiat. In fact, those who save in fiat currency, what do we call them, folk?
People that use fiat currency, we call them poor.
Yeah, so all you need to know, save in Bitcoin. Treat Bitcoin as your savings. Stop using these savings accounts at your banks. In fact, remove all your money from the bank as soon as possible and put all that fiat into Bitcoin and save in Bitcoin. Why? Because it's mathematically guaranteed to increase your purchasing power against the dollar, whereas the dollar is mathematically guaranteed to decrease your purchasing power. That's all you need to know. Bitcoin goes up when you save in Bitcoin, right? Your purchasing power goes up. When you save in fiat, your purchasing power goes down, right? That's why for $100, you can barely get any groceries at the store. 10 years ago, you could get a decent amount of groceries. It's going to continue this way. With $100, you're going to get less and less and less and less to where you can't even buy anything. It's going to happen. It's happening already. F to BS. Don't believe anything Jay Powell, Janet Yellen, and these fraudsters tell you. They don't have inflation under control. They never will. They never have. Inflation is out of control. Why is it out of control? They continue to print money. We're $35 trillion in debt. They're going to continue to print and print and print and print. That means it's mathematically guaranteed to increase your inflation. Believe nothing they say. Verify everything they do. I'm just saying. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but I gotta say that. That's not much of what I do now. That's pretty much what I do now, right on Golden. You just gotta save in Bitcoin. That's the bigger picture. Don't complicate this. You just save in Bitcoin. Road to 65,000 in minutes. We're only $100 away. Send it. Let's get it.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Now, welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. I covered all the news for the day over the past hour. If you missed it after the live stream, you can go back and watch it at your own leisure. So, but what we're going to be doing moving forward, this is the Q&A segment of the live stream. I'm going to kick it a little bit here on the Tube, X, and Rumble. Then eventually we'll end the YouTube stream and we'll continue with the uncensored version of the pod, exclusive on X and Rumble. And I'm going to be premiering a brand new song and music video you've never heard before. It's fire. It's called Bitcoin Stand By Me by Chandy. Make sure to subscribe to her channel. You could probably find it on the channel already. Chandy 10 Music, and let's get it. And yes, I do have a merch store if you want to support your boy. It's merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Good to note that, Adam. Janet Yellen is your hero. Miss Yellen. Bananas. 10,000 fiat, 5x per cycle times 3 cycles, 1.25 million. Send it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up.
You got to pump that mofo up. Shout out Little Bubble on the Pump It Up remix.
Pump, 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 pump it up. Pump, 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 pump it up.
Thank you, Brian, for dropping the fun fact. I'm about to repost that, brother. He wrote, fun fact, it only costs $646 to become a Satoshi millionaire today. Follow Crypto News Yes. Congratulations for you and your son becoming Satoshi millionaires. I love to hear that. Hiccups, lick salt. I wish I had salt in front of me right now. Charlene, thank you for the advice. Resisting the resistance. Exactly. Precisely there. And, welcome everybody just joining the stream and just checking my live feed right here. Again, we got over 1,000 people combined on the stream right now. We're streaming on X, Rumble, and YouTube. Clearly, X is our now biggest platform for our live. YouTube don't like Crypto News Alerts for whatever reason. Is what it is. There's only 120 people on, so the algorithm doesn't show us any love anymore. The old, if this was a few months ago, we'd have thousands of people on the YouTube stream, but now we get thousands of people on the X stream and no love from the YouTube, but tis what it is. Binance, 15 trillion of 300 trillion. Real estate is literally just an empty house not being lived in. We'll go into Bitcoin once they wake up. Good point. Think of all that empty real estate around the world. You know what I mean? Satoshi, my broski. Right on, McFoofinator. 65 G's incoming, and we do have a live poll up. I want to know, is the bottom in, or will we go lower? I'm going to end the poll now. That way I can read you the results from you guys. We started it before the stream started an hour ago. So let's end the poll. Let's see how we did. Let me know. Your last chance to vote before we end it. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. Here's the results. Survey says How low will the Bitcoin dip go? 53% of you ultimately say between 60 to 63. 22% of you said 58 to 59. 14% of you said 55 or less. And 10% of you said 56 to 57. And that was based on 186 votes. So it goes to show you your bullishness. Respect, family. JC says, I'm running a node and we should talk more about it, but we do have new people in the chat that need to understand the HODL first. Good point. I remember when it was hard to even get you to see a comment. The live chat was so busy. I know, right? Those people are not watching anymore, got paper hands. Honestly, I don't even think it's their fault, Kevin Smith. It's because YouTube penalizes me on the algorithm, so they just don't show my stream to anybody. And not even everyone who subscribed gets notified. So I don't blame the people. It's really just to do with the YouTube gods. I think because I speak too truthful about certain things, I get penalized. Maybe make a short before you go live next time. No, thank you. I don't have time for that. I put all my energy already into my show, so it is what it is. And it's all good. I'm not complaining like, oh my God, it's all good because what we lost on YouTube, we've made up for on X and Rumble. So, I mean, I can't complain when we have 900 people watching the stream right now on X. So who really cares about YouTube, right? But yeah, change the subs to the chat to X. I don't know how to do that. If it was easy, I'd just do it and everyone could just chat on X, but I don't even see an option for people to comment on the X feed. So in order to comment, you're forced to go to YouTube, but you are right. If people were able to comment on X, maybe we wouldn't even force people to go to YouTube to comment. We'd just go with the X feed because we'd have 10 times the amount of commenters. Anyways, hive mind those prices, Range fam. I found your stream, bro. Keep it going. Thank you, Cabal. I appreciate the support, family. No truth shall go unpunished. There's 3 things that can't be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Quoting Buddha, one of my favorite quotes. So you already know. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to end the YouTube stream, and we're going to continue with X and Rumble for the uncensored version of the pod. Satwise wrote, I'll never forget how the whole crypto community came together for you when YouTube banned you. Amen. And I'm very grateful for that, 100%. And not just YouTube, X, Rumble, just in general. You guys were amazing, and we ended up getting our channel back. And shout out Chandy as well for creating music. We created some diss tracks towards the tube, but anyways, water under the bridge. JV, you finally hit 73,000 after being stuck at 72.9 for a year. Exactly. I hit 73,000 a couple of days ago, and you're right. We were stuck at 72.9 for like 1 or 2 years. No, don't force me to stream on X. Right on, Dirty. We're going to keep the stream on all the platforms. How about that? But anyways, family, so if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. I encourage you to visit the Rumble at rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, it's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And let's get ready to rumble, shall we? So yeah, YouTube